Okay, and welcome back to I guess, update video. Yeah, hi, hello. I'm not dead despite like almost a year of inactivity on the channel. Uh, there's been stuff going on, but I'll try to keep this video brief, as brief as I can. First, let's go over like schedule stuff, and then for those interested, let's just I'll dig deeper into stuff down here. But yeah, let's start with the schedule, overall schedule. So uh we'll begin actually by slowly easing into things. Like I'm not gonna go gung ho like 15 different videos per day just to catch up to what I've been kind of missing. We'll slowly ramp that up, hopefully. But let's start easily with today when this video goes up, there's, I don't know, 8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours from now. I'll upload an Umineko video, so we'll continue with that. And I don't know what else I can get out this week. Uh, Probably Dark Souls stuff, but I'll start with at least Umineko and Dark Souls and Trails. Though those are the easiest games for me to do, and then I'll hopefully like within a week, 2 or 3 get other stuff running too, like Fate and Borderlands and Nier and well, let's talk about this in a bit. But yeah, basically, this we'll continue with the same rough, date schedule thing as I've always had. So on Mondays it's Trails, and on Tuesdays Umineko. Well, yeah, like the dates here say. I've also added like rough ideas of what will come after I'm done with said game. So with after Trails, there's just infinitely more trails. I have no reason to not play them, but there's so many games I've like kind of started and like put on hold, like with Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, which I'm so desperate to continue them. But they've just been sitting in the back burner because I feel like I started too many things at once. So I want to at least finish some things before getting back to the others. So that's why there's like, uh, here Borderlands on Thursday. There's Borderlands into Final Fantasy, but 2 into Borderlands 2 into Final Fantasy 3, etc., etc., etc. So like that's gonna be a rotating series slot thing. I don't know. Um, with Nier, I'm kind of combining with it with Disco Elysium. I mean, I've started Disco Elysium, but I feel like I'm still so early in the game. It's basically gonna be a restart for me, anyways. I'm gonna fully at least go over the whole beginning of my recordings on my own before getting back to it. So like, yeah, for now I'm gonna treat it as if it's not existing until I'm done with Near Replicant, which by the way isn't shouldn't be too far off. That's like I'm done with the main game and I'm going through the game a second time for other endings or something. So it's like I don't know how many videos I can get out of Near Replicant still, but there's some stuff there, so it shouldn't be like too long of a pause before we get to back to Disco Elysium, and then after that I'm going to Near Automata. But it's just like I want to condense some stuff at least into one day, so I don't like have both Near and Disco Elysium and Dark Souls and Fata Morgana running at the same time. So it's like, yeah, a bit easier on myself. Sorry if you were really hoping for Disco Elysium to immediately continue, but it's I'm sorry. Uh, Dark Souls, I'm gonna do finish the first game, and then I don't know. There's probably lore videos. I'm not sure if I should wait on watching them, but I feel like I'm close-ish to the end of the first game. After which we'll finish Fata Morgana, the original game, which we're kind of very close-ish to finishing as well, which is funny. I know there's like either side stuff or like pseudo sequel stuff afterwards, but we'll get to that at a later date. We'll figure it all out later. But yeah, we'll finish the main game and then go to Dark Souls, other Dark Souls related stuff. Yeah. This year I put these two games because I put them on hold intentionally, like indefinitely on hold, despite them being like, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to say like my all time favorite games of my channel, but like I'm a big gacha game junkie and like I love my open world RPGs, so like they're really scratching some itch, and I really want to get back to them. So it's not gonna be like hour zero. So no, not this Saturday. I'm not gonna continue both of these games, but like I do want to add them back to the rotation after keeping them on hold for so long. Like, uh, so they're coming back soon ish, and since they're live service games, they're just gonna go on to infinity until the services shut down and there's no more story. But it's gonna be multiple years of these two games on the channel. uh, I mean, half of my half of my roster is like infinite content with trails. There's just always more trails and Fate. If I do want to go into Grand Order, there's infinitely more of that. There's a lot of Borderlands still, and Final Fantasy is obviously an infinity game. Nier is at least these games, Nier and Disco Elysium, they are at least like done and done. I mean, there's probably a lot more Nier content still I could do, but yeah, overall they are relatively short. Umineko is a singular game, but it's a pretty damn long one. Yeah, but yeah, that's the short end of the schedule stuff. So yeah, we'll begin today with Umineko and probably Dark Souls on Sunday, and I'll in the meanwhile between these 2 days I'll try to get to recording other stuff so I can get the ball rolling behind the scenes, for just for my mental sake, so I don't like have to always be like, okay, I need to quickly record this, so because I only have 8 hours to upload it. Yeah, I want some mental space, and also there's the early access stuff, but Patreon's been a bit of a mess. Yeah, it's still going, but I need to definitely talk to people about it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that's relatively all regarding the schedule stuff. So yeah, there's, I guess, tangentially, there's I don't feel comfortable doing camera reactions. I'm sorry. It's it's something personal. It's related to mental stuff. It's related to some other health issue stuff, but I just don't feel comfortable doing camera reactions. I myself love anime reactions, and I've been consuming them for the better part of the last decade or so, but like I still I guess I'm finishing ReZero season 3 and season 4, but I think I'm doing them without a camera, which really sucks because I started doing it with a camera, and it's not like I'm averse on being on camera. No, I'm still keeping stuff up, and I'm not opposed to people seeing my face. That's not it at all. I don't feel like I get the best content out when I know I have a camera on my face. So yeah, sadly there's not gonna be any camera stuff going forward. I'm gonna ask about people what they would like me to do with ReZero overall, because it's like I the anime reaction stuff was like always going to be a experimental side thing. I think I even mentioned it in ReZero episode 1. But yeah, it's it's a bit up in the air what I do with ReZero. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so that's everything, and then the rest of the video is just me talking about behind the scenes stuff nobody really cares about. But if you want to hear me up, then sure, keep watching. But yeah, there's no more channel up the front related content going forward. So see you later today, maybe if you watch Umineko, or maybe on Sunday for Dark Souls. Yeah, cool. Okay. So, what have we got here? A lot of stuff, a lot of big buzzwords. Basically, I kind of stopped making videos late-ish last year in 2025, and it was it was partly due to, I don't want to use the word burnout. It's such a buzzword, but also like I don't believe in it. But well, no, I do believe in burnout, but it's just uh is it laziness? Is it burnout? It's just it was getting harder and harder to do content mentally. Now I'm really raring to do content again, so that's big yay. So this part, this burnout, laziness stuff, that's fully dealt with. I'm not like not an issue anymore, but it was a big thing like late last year, and I guess it kind of continued a bit earlier this year, like in the spring-ish time, around May, June. But yeah, I was having trouble getting content out in a way I would have wanted, and it was like I was starting so many things and I had so many plans, and it was obviously unreasonable from the standpoint of like how much time I would need to invest versus how much time I have available. But that's just I guess that's just part of the learning curve of content creation and how much you can realistically do and put out stuff. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, after this stuff and how when I stopped uploading, it was I I was initially still planning to put out stuff, but at a slower rate. But then this big word here, school, it just kind of rammed into my life. And so the funny thing is that I was in between like working and not working, and then there was like, so do you want to maybe go to school? And I was like, okay, I guess I need to make an application there. Sure, I'll throw out an application," and then I just got accepted with the bare minimum, you know. And I guess I just started going to school on a whole fucking different path. It was like accountants maintenance. Accounting, I guess is the word. It was marketing, accounting, some weird bullshit, working with Excel sheets and a lot of that kind of back end stuff. I mean, I enjoyed that stuff a lot, but it kind of came out of nowhere, and it ripped me off all of my time. So I had no time to do anything else, and that was a big change in my life. Obviously, time wise, but also like I hadn't been to school in like a decade or something, and it was coupled with this thing, which I guess this moving thing should be above school because this happened first. Um, yeah, I moved away from. Well, yeah, there was moving stuff. It's not a big deal, but it was a change, and that took some time away, and it was more back end logistical stuff rather than actually having to adjust to new things. But I did a moving thing at least on the paper, and then there was a school thing, and I had to do a lot of mental gymnastics and paperwork because I have a pretty weird situation with working, school, money, government, codes, uh, with health, panic disorder stuff. There's everybody has their own situations, and nobody really cares to hear all of mine. But there's stuff there. So yeah, moving happened, school happened, and while I was at school, I've had like a panic. I've had a panic disorder of like it's decently intense. It's not like the highest degree, but it can be really bad, and it started flaring up a lot when I started school. I mostly keep to myself, so it's not that bad, but at school there's like 500 other people buzzing around me, so it started acting real bad. And oh boy, that basically rendered my whole January to March time like I couldn't do anything. Even if I wanted, I was just like neutralized by my own mental disorder stuff. It's funny. You can joke about it. I'm not gonna be offended. It is what it is. Um, but this is also related to this panic order. This stuff is it's related to the camera reactions too, because it's like while it's not actively making me have um panic attacks while I'm on camera, it definitely does give me like unnecessary stupid heart palpitations and like increased heartbeat, heart rate. It's very stupid, and it makes the whole process like 10 times harder than it needs to be. And I feel like I just can't give it my all when I'm doing camera reactions due to mental stuff. So yeah, yay, I guess, or boo. We hate him. We hate the mental stuff. I don't know. But yeah, that's something there. Uh, might be slightly tied to burnout or laziness too. It's like because I know I will have some issues regarding, you know, panic disorder, that kind of makes me not want to do, camera reactions with or reactions in general, which can affect the whole thing of me wanting or not wanting to record, which I talked about in the very beginning of the video. And it's I don't know. It's stupid. It's really stupid. I wish I could get over it. I do have a For those wondering, I do have a medication, and I do. It's working. I'm not having like severe seizures or anything. I used to have pretty gruesome looking stuff. I would just flop to the ground and it looks horrible. I'm like a flaying fish, and I'm just shaking all over and crying, and it's bad. It's real bad. But that's mostly under wraps, and now it's just relatively minor stuff like increased heart rate and like nervousness and stuff like that which is normal to everyone. Yeah, there's that should be mostly these two things should be mostly in order right now. Same as with these are no longer an issue. I guess I should talk about a bit more about the school. So I started the school and I stopped the school. It was a brief like 3 month stint. I don't know. Uh, I just felt like I couldn't continue going there. It started out well, but it got worse and worse, and there were a lot of mental stuff juggling going on, and I think the final nail in the coffin was a really, really weird experience, which I hadn't ever really experienced in my life. I mean, I live in Finland. I've mentioned this before, and this is a pretty safe country, and there's like rarely any violent incidents, but like, holy fuck, we actually got someone in the school like sending threatening letters to like uh, I don't know, hurt people in there, and there was a whole investigation, and cops came, and I was just like, okay, well, that doesn't fill me with confidence to keep going there if that's an issue that could happen. Like I don't think I've ever been in a situation where someone has threatened other people with violence. So it was it was something, I don't know. Yeah. That kind of was the last straw to break the camel's back, and I kind of just stopped school after 3 months. I might want to try it again at a later date, but I do want to get back to recording, and school just takes so much time. I don't know. It's weird. For now, I'm choosing content creation and you know, my own enjoyment over education or further education, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I need to even talk about this last part. There's besides the mental stuff, there's huh. Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about this part. There's some physical stuff which has been a problem. But I don't want to be too public about it. It's, everyone has their own private stuff, and I do have some health related stuff going on, um, which is affecting recording. Like, I could and I intended to get back to recording. Like initially, I said in my previous post that I would get back to it by latest at the start of June, and then that got derailed. That didn't get derailed by health issues. That was mostly burnout, laziness. Hard to say which one. That kind of stuff. But then at the start of July, I was like, okay, now I'm going to start posting videos again. But that got delayed by health issues, which it's still a bit ongoing. It's like something that flares up every now and again, but it's mostly better. There might be some awkwardness in the first couple of videos, but yeah. I should be mostly good. I'm in a good like physical health. Like there's no, well, good. I'm still overweight and whatnot, but there's no like bad blood or bad blood is a bad wording. There's like no issues like I'm gonna pass out during a recording. Nothing like that. It's much more minor stuff right now. So yeah, I'm good to go on that front. So no need to worry there. But yeah, I guess that's mostly what's been going on. So to summarize, uh, when I roughly stopped publishing videos, it was due to moving and burnout, laziness stuff, and then school happened. School stopped happening. I intended to come back, and it was again slight burnout, laziness stuff, and then some health issues. Yeah, things happen. Life is, I don't know. I have a good life. I have a great life, but it's just life can still happen. Yeah. Anyways, Umineko is coming later today. Yay! I'm really excited to get back to it. I'm really loving it, and I'm really excited to get back to some of these games that I've been keeping on hold or promising to begin again soon, like Wuthering Waves, Endless Zero, and Final Fantasy II, which I was supposed to start this game over a year ago, over 1.5 years ago, I think. Like, what the fuck happened there? Time, bad planning, over eagerness to do too many things, and backpedaling and stuff. And oh boy, there's been there's been a lot of stuff. But yeah, I guess it's just there's nothing extraordinary about my situations. It's just a lot of unique stuff to me has happened and will probably keep happening. I'll definitely do better in regards to scheduling. I never, ever, ever again want to take a extended period break. Like this has really sucked. It's not like I'm like super gung ho about making content and needing content to be put out at a regular schedule in intervals, but it still sucks because I know some people at least are somewhat interested in me getting through games, and I feel like I'm letting them down, and I don't know. It feels bad, and it's also weird always going through games at such a slower rate than if I weren't doing recordings and if I weren't doing a million different games at the same time. If I were just playing Borderlands, I'd be done and dusted on my own with all of the Borderlands games, for example. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything then. Videos continuing slowly ramping up within 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. Uh, no camera reactions. Still don't know what will come of a ReZero reactions. I don't know. And yeah, some backstory stuff. That yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you guys later today, I guess. Yeah. Bye.